Good morning, Bharat, and good morning to all of you. Good to see you all again in the online lecture. I hope every one of you are fine with your family members. Am I audible? Can anyone just type in the chat box? Good. Thank you. Thank you for your responses. We'll wait for a couple of minutes so that the students can join as early as possible. Then we'll start with our session. Still students are joining. Taskin, kindly mute yourself, or I'll mute everyone. Okay, I think this is the time to start with the session. Again, good morning to everyone. It's happy to see you all again in the online lectures using the Zoom platform. And I think there is no need of introduction about me, and you all might be knowing about myself. And I am Dr. A.K. Sampath. This semester, I'm going to teach the two subjects for you. The first one is that mobile communications and computing, and the second one is that artificial intelligence and soft computing. Before begin with the subjects, there are few instructions I'm supposed to give it to you. And so these are the instructions you are supposed to follow throughout the semester. Whenever you are coming to the online lectures, you're supposed to follow the discipline as well as decorum. Always your microphone should be in the muted mode. In case if you have any doubts or query which should be resolved, then you can click the raise hand button. So automatically we'll come to know that there is some doubt for you. And then whenever it is appropriate, and we'll try to resolve your queries. And apart from that, so if convenient, you can turn off your video also. But randomly, we will check. We will call anyone to turn on your videos, and then we will ensure that whether you are sitting or you are actively listening our lectures. Apart from that, the attendance will be taken in between any time of the two lectures. At any time, maybe beginning or the end, or might be the middle. And I'll be taking the attendance as per the roll call numbers, right? And you're supposed to be answer for your attendance. Else, you will be marked absent. Are you clear with this? So let's proceed the lectures. Just write it in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for your responses. I'll start my screen. And before one more thing that, so when I start my presentation, you're supposed to click on the screen. I mean, you're supposed to pin the my screen sharing option, right? You're supposed to pin the window which I'm sharing my screen, right? So that will not deviate from the class attention. If you are using the mobile phone, and make sure that your the view or the display in the landscape mode, so that you will get the better view. I start my screen. Can you all see my who is doing the annotations? Please maintain the decorum. Can you able to see my screen? Yes. Zahir, what's your problem? You can write it in the chat box. Zahir Maniar, you raised your hand. I just wanted to know what's your problem. Zahir Maniar, write it in a chat box. Okay, no issues. Okay, we'll start with the lectures, and the subject is mobile communication and then computing, and the subject code is CSC 702. Before jumping into the subject, mandatorily you're supposed to know the course objectives. The course objective stands for the aim, for why we need to know these subjects, why you need to study the subjects, right? There are few course objectives. First, we will learn about the course objectives, and then course outcome, and a few the things which is required for the throughout the semester. The first course objective is to whether my voice is audible. Can you able to see my screen once again? I just want to clarify. Anyone can write it in the chat box whether my voice is audible. Okay, good. We'll proceed. The first course objective is to introduce the basic concepts and principles in the mobile computing. So this includes the major techniques involved and networks and system issues for the design and implementation of mobile computing system and application. So this is to introduce the basic elements which are required for your further study and the mobile communication subjects here. So this will clarify the basic concepts in terms of the definition, the fundamental technologies, and then the principles, how the mobile communication which works, how you can make a call to other persons, how your text communications as well as the voice communication, video conferencing takes place, all the techniques which involved and the required infrastructure and the different components works are interfaces together to make your communication quite possible without any data loss. All these things you will come to know in the, using the course objective one. The second course objective will be to explore both the theoretical and the practical issues of mobile computing. See, this completely focuses on that, how we will come to know that how we will, what are the different, the problem or different difficulties we are facing when we develop any equipment or any, if we develop any application, how that is going to adapt or compatible with the existing infrastructure as well as existing standards. So we will come across all these, the second course objectives. And the third course objective will be to provide an opportunity for the students to understand the key components and the technologies involved and the gains hands-on experience in building and mobile applications. So this course subject is completely, which is intended for your practical or hands-on experience, where throughout the subject with the practicals you will get more experience on that. At the end, you will be able to develop an applications. That application may be compatible with your Android operating system or iOS. Through that, you will try to solve real-time issues which is faced by the social environment as well as national issues or the some other real-time applications. You will find out a solution through the apps for the particular problems. Next, we'll discuss about the course outcome. When we talk about the course outcomes, so on successful completion of the course, as a learner, as a student, what you will be able to do after completing this subject, after completing this course. So first, you will be able to do identify the basic concepts and principles in mobile communication and computing, as well as the cellular architectures. So after completing the course, you will be familiar with the fundamentals. What is mobile communications? What is the different generations we have come across? Start from the zero generation, first generation, second, third, fourth, and then we are lying in the fourth generation, and we are expecting the fifth generations. What are the technologies? What are the concepts or different the principle which is behind the different technologies, as well as we will come across the different the cellular architectures, what is footprint, and as well as what is the call over and the different terminologies. And when we talk about the second course outcome, to describe the components and functioning of the mobile networking, as we mentioned in the previous course objectives. Now, in that, with the help of this course outcome, you will be familiar with the different components. When we talk about the mobile communication, again, there are different entities involved, which includes from your mobile phone as well as to the transmitter receiver as well as the connecting wires as well as the frequency band, and then how the data has been transmitted, how the call originated, and then what is the different functionalities of the principle behind all these operations. So we'll come across the different components, I mean the entities, as well as how the different component functions in order to do your complete mobile network as well as services. The third course outcome to classify the variety of security techniques in mobile network. So I think you all might be knowing about what is the purpose of security. When you talk about the security, is something or any action which is going to protect something. Whenever you are trying to make a call to other persons or whenever you are trying to send any messages, any other multimedia message, whether it's an image or video or any video call, whatever it may be. And so basically, whatever the devices you are using for your communications, whether it is your mobile phone or laptop or other devices, basically all the devices which has to be secured. Apart from that, when you talk about the communications, now whatever the device, whatever the messages you are sending for your communications, all the information or the data which has to be protected. Else what will happen? There is no point of transmitting your informations. Anyone in the middle or any third person, he can access your information and they will compromise your secrecy of information. And so that secrecy will be broken again. So there is the loss of data and then you can misuse your data. So basically we will be come across that the different techniques or different technologies as well as concepts which is used for security techniques which are related to the mobile network. Especially we will discuss about that the GSM security, which is there are different techniques A3, A5, and then A8 security techniques that we will come across. And the fourth outcome will be to apply the concepts of wireless LAN for local as well as the remote applications. Now, this course outcome specially, which is kept for whenever you are trying to connect with your the LAN, which is the wireless LAN. Whenever you are connecting your laptop with the wireless LAN, how the IP address will be assigned automatically. So apart from the WLAN, which is the wireless LAN, which comes under that the category of IEEE 802.11, and how it is going to provide an infrastructure as well as interface whenever a new device is connecting to the existing wireless network. So all these things we will come across with this, the fourth course outcomes. Now the fifth course outcome to describe and apply the concepts of mobility management. So again, so this is it is going to cover about the details about how the DHCP which works, which is dynamic host configuration protocol. Whenever you are connecting your mobile phone to the existing environment, how the IP address will be dynamically allocated to the any laptop as well as mobile which is connected to the network. And then you will come across with the mobile IP. So fourth generation, which is completely based on the IP based communication, how the IP address will be assigned automatically, and then encapsulation and then tunneling process. So these are the few fundamentals you will come across with the fifth course outcome. When you talk about the sixth course outcome, so this will help you to describe the long-term evolutions architecture and its interfaces. And we all might be knowing about that long-term evolution stands for our the four generations, right? So even we are using the four generations. I mean, everyone and almost everyone will be using the fourth generation of 4G SIM, right, and 4G services, right? So the 4G also called the long-term evolutions. The different components as well as the architecture, the fundamental elements which lies under this, the new technology which is long-term evolutions. All these elements you will come to know using this the sixth course outcome. Then we'll discuss about the textbooks which is given or prescribed in the syllabus. The first textbook is Johnson Skiller, and the title is Mobile Communication, published by the Pearson Education. And the second textbook is Wireless Communication Networks, wrote by William Stallings, again published by the Pearson Education. And the third textbook is Raj Kamal, and the title is Mobile Computing, published by Oxford University. Out of the three textbooks and the first two textbooks are available in the PDF format. Also, I have downloaded as well as uploaded in the Moodle account whenever it is required, and then you can log in to your Moodle account and you can utilize the resources. Apart from that, there are some other reference books. So this is specific for the particular topic. Suppose if you want to get more knowledge about the LTE self-organization network, and then so you can go with the Wiley Publications book, right, written by Seppo Hamalian, and then Introduction to LTE, and then the handover optimization and mobility protocols, and then Build Your Own Security Lab. So these are the reference books which especially covers the specific topic or the particular module. Next, the Moodle account or the Moodle course account, you all might be knowing about that, and we have enabled with the features of Moodle account. Moodle is the learning management software where you will get a lot of resources. I can say that it's a repository where you will get a list of resources or so many resources. So that will be increase your learning capacity as well as enhance your further learning also. Automatically you will find a list of resources. What are the resources which is readily available for your easy access in the Moodle account is that you will find the course objectives and then course outcome, what I am explaining now. Apart from that, you will get the individual subject syllabus, and then you will get a teaching plan, the teaching plan which we created, in which day what topic will be covered, right, and you can go through it. And then you will get university question papers. So this will give more idea about that what is the pattern of your examination, so that you will know you will get a confidence to face the university examination, so that according to that you can just give more attention to the any topic or any chapter. And then ebooks are links to the ebooks which will be given in your Moodle account. As I mentioned earlier, the textbooks in the form of PDF which is downloaded as well as uploaded in the Moodle account, and whenever it is required you can use the resources. Very similar to that, the assignment questions. So frequently you can check the websites whenever it is the assignment questions will also be uploaded in the Moodle account, and with the deadlines whenever the assignment has to be submitted before the deadline, and then whenever it is appropriate. Very similar to that, you will find a question banks. The question bank which comprises of some important questions which may frequently asked in the university examination, so that will help for the slow learners as well as uh, what those who are no point to the specific topics. And then you will get the subject timetable as well as the class timetable. Apart from that, you will get a list of experiments for the practical. So this is for the point of practicals. You will get this all these resources. You will find it in the Moodle account. I request everyone day by day or day to day. You're supposed to periodically check your Moodle accounts in case if there is any updation you will come across. And what are other resources other than the Moodle contents? What other resources you will get? You will get a notes related to the topic or chapter. So the notes could be, as I mentioned, in the PDF format, or might be the scanned copy of handwritten notes for the maybe the specific topic, or the chapter wise notes you will be getting it. Apart from that, you will be getting other important links as well as videos related to the topic. If I feel that any topics which might be related to a specific topic, whether that videos could be any articles or any the journals as well as any videos which might be the NPTEL other course videos, and the links will be given in the Moodle account and you can check it. Very similar to that, at the end of each chapter or module, you're supposed to appear for the quiz as well as participative learning activity. So related to the topic, the basically the quiz the comprises of the multiple choice question as well as the theoretical part, I mean short answers, right? And what are the topic which is covered in the throughout the week or the specific topic, and from that we'll be asking a question and we will ensure that how much you have understood about the subjects. Apart from that, the feedback of the topic for the self assessment at the end of the chapter, every end of the module or chapter, and then we'll be floating a feedback link, and so that will help us to really improve where I mean how we are expecting the delivery, I mean the post delivery, so that it will help us to improve further. And apart from that, if any other relevant content beneficial to the student on a particular topic, I request don't write anything in the screen, don't write any annotations in your screen. We found that immediately you will be no removed from the meeting, and you will be further you will not be allowed to attend any meetings. So this is the strict warning against all the students, right? Try to maintain the discipline as well as decorum. It's online. Everything which is going to be recorded. Next, we'll discuss about, so these are the scheme, right? And so basically, you'll have the 4 hours for theory in a week, and then 2 hours for practical. Again, the practical will be handled by other professor. I mean, Professor Rupsar ma'am, and it will be separate one. And for the examination point of view, the scheme, right? So you will have to appear for the two term test, right? Term test one and then term test two. The term test one again, which comprises of 20 marks, that will be conducted approximately after completing the 40% of the syllabus. And very similar to that, term test two also will be conducted after completing the second 40% of the syllabus approximately, and we'll calculate an average of 20 marks. Final semester or end semester examination, which comprises of 80 marks again. So the duration for the examination 3 hours. So totally, which is 100 mark for theory. When we talk about the practical point of view, again, which is the 25 marks for term work and then 25 marks for oral and practical. So this subject completely combined with theory as well as practical, which carries 150 marks. So if you have any doubt with this, whatever the thing which I explained, course outcome, course objectives, and then if you have any other the doubt which are related to the concept which I explained, you can ask now. You can write it in the chat box also, no issues. Thank you, Samad. I hope it is clear. Next, quickly I'll give the overview of the syllabus, right? As I mentioned earlier, as I explained earlier. And so this CSC 702 mobile communication then computing, right? So this subject which consists of 6 modules basically. In the first module, and you will know about that the introduction to the mobile communication, and then the different generations, and then the architectures you will come across. And then the second module which completely deals with that, the GSM mobile services, which is the second generations. Basically you will learn about how the GSM model which evolved from the first generation, and you will come across the system architectures, and then you will come across different handover as well as security, as I mentioned earlier. So here it is mentioned about A3, A5, and then A8 securities. Apart from that, you will discuss about, you will come to know about the GPRS again. So this is one type of uh, uh, the technology which is GPRS. So again, that is also part of the 2G. Then we will come across the Neutron and then UMTS, all these which are related to the 3G Universal Mobile Telephone System. All these things you will learn in the second module. When you talk about the third module, which is completely mobile and networking, which deals with that medium access control, and then the different internet protocol as well as the transport layer, which are more or similar with the content which you learned in the computer network, right? Apart from that, the second part of the third module which covers with that mobile IP, as I was talking about that mobile IP, and then IP packet delivery, and then advertisement registration, tunneling as well as encapsulation. All these concepts you will come across, and then we will discuss about the mobile TCP. So again, so this is how the IPs which is assigned, right, for retransmission as well as the recovery in case if it is failure. And the fourth model, which is going to discuss completely deals with that, the wireless local area network. In that, we are going to discuss about the fundamental unit, which is IEEE 802.11, and its different entities as well as elements, the protocol architectures, and then physical layer, medium access layer, and then medium access control layer. In the fourth, again, in the second fourth module 4.2, 4.3 will discuss about Wi-Fi security and what are the protocol which is used to secure our Wi-Fi as well as access point. All these things we will come across, and then we will discuss about the hyperLAN as well as the other elements. And the later part of the fourth unit will discuss about the complete Bluetooth stack. And so again, this is one type of wireless communication, and we all might be knowing about infrared technology as well as Bluetooth, and then Zigbee technologies. After that, so this topic which is intended to study about the Bluetooth technologies. Then the fifth module will discuss about the mobility management, that will discuss about the mobile IP, and then mobile IP version V6, right? And then cellular IP. All these things you will come across. When you talk about the sixth module, which is completely designed for get the knowledge about the 4G architectures, which is long-term evolution, it is basic fundamentals and the requirements, and the all other elements, right? Which is how it is works, higher protocols, and then MAC layer, and the self-organization network. So all these things we will come across in the sixth unit. So basically, so under this subject, so you will get a complete idea about the technologies as well as terminologies we are using in our the mobile communications in our day-to-day life. Start from the zero generation to the fourth generation, whatever we are using currently, right? So if you have any doubts, and then you can proceed with that, the chat box, you can write it in the chat box. I'll try to resolve. And from the next lecture, we will start with their actual content. So these are basic the elements, and you're supposed to know before starting your actual things. So there are 59 participants out of 769, and it's a good strength. Hope you're enjoying the online session, I guess so. In case if you find any difficulties in the online lectures facing, I mean attending the online lectures, at the network issues, or if you're not hearing my voice properly, and if you're finding any difficulties, the streaming problems, and immediately you let me know, or you can raise your hands, so that the future of the MCC with the introduction of 5G. Yes, we can expect very soon. In some of the countries, in the developed countries, they have started implementing the 5G very soon. Even our in the Indian government, we are working for the launching of 5G. I could say that the Geo is already, they are ready to launch with that 5G. The only thing is that the government needs to allocate the frequencies. Once if the government start allocating the frequency, then you can expect the 5G, which is in the 5G will be in your hand. So basically, your handset should be upgraded to 5G. Some of the smartphone companies, they have started launching the 5G phones. I don't know how our the existing handset that will compatible with the 5G network, because the 4G is completely different, and the 5G infrastructure, which is going to be a completely different one. Let's hope, and they might be upgrading some software so that your existing handset will support for the 5G technology also. Yes, you no need to write your name in the chat box. Meantime, maybe in the middle, whenever it's appropriate, I'll call your roll numbers so that I can take the attendance. Any other doubts with the introductions? I mean, so this I expect this in the active participating from your side, because the whatever the concept I am going to explain, which are already only the name you may not be knowing it, but so hardly I can find the students without the smartphones. Everyone, whatever the things I am going to explain, you are using in your day-to-day life, right? From the text message as well as GSM, and then the 3G technology. You might have used the 3G before 1 year or 2 year, as well as, and the 4G you might be using currently, and the other services like the call waiting option, and then hand over option, and then the streaming the videos, and then making the video calls. All these are all the certain the services or the features which we are using in our the part of our mobile communication technologies. And so I can expect the little no interactive from your side. Do you have any other doubts with this, the concepts I have explained? So as I mentioned earlier, right, every week you will be getting the quiz link, and that will be floated, right? And so mandatory, all the students is supposed to appear in the quiz. Then your attendance will be considered, irrespective of your no this the regular lectures. That quiz attendance will be separately considered, right? Yeah, I do one thing. I'll just take the attendance for the session, because I have 4 minutes left, so that I can at least make the attendance. I'll do one thing. I'll unmute you all. You can unmute yourself, or you can write in the chat box roll number 1, 2, 3, so that I'll mark the attendance. Right? I can start from the roll number 1, and if you are present, write your roll number. I'll make a note of it. Right? Write it in the chat box. Only your roll numbers. Maybe it might be taking a time to type your names. Instead that, just write your roll number so that I will understand it. Else, if it is convenient, you can write your roll number also in ascending orders. Roll number 1, roll number 1, no, roll number 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, 20 is okay. 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. You can write continuously in the based on the ascending order so that I will make a note of it. 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, next 31. This is the reminder for all of you. And once if the session completes, automatically you can rejoin, and then we'll start with the actual lectures. Basically, you will have the 2 consecutive lectures, and each lecture which carries, consists of 40 minutes, 40 minutes. You will have the 2 consecutive sessions. (46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That's it. Or you can write your roll numbers, no issues. Try to write it in the ascending order. Any of this complete thing is which is going to be recorded, and then I'll just make a note of it. Okay, after 61. Once if this session completes, rejoin in the second session, the same ID and then password, and we'll start with the second session. Okay, fine. All are done with your attendance? Yes. I think Chaitanya Rathod is the last one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So we'll complete this session and immediately join in the next session with the same ID and then password. We'll continue with the actual lectures, right? Thank you all.